Something happened on the night of Friday, March 7, 2026, that every Nigerian needs to hear about. And by the time you finish watching this, you will understand exactly why this story is bigger than just a pay increase. At the presidential villa in Abuja, President Bola Tinubu hosted an interfaith Ramadan fast-breaking event with Nigeria's top military brass. Vice President Kashim Shettima was there. Members of the Federal Executive Council were there. Service chiefs, paramilitary leaders, senior government officials, all gathered under one roof in a moment that was supposed to be about unity and the breaking of bread. But what broke that night was not just bread, it was silence, the long, uncomfortable silence around how Nigeria has been treating the very people who stand between its citizens and danger every single day. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Oluwafemi Ololade, was represented by the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, and when he stood up to speak, he did not waste a single second. He looked the president in the eye and said, "Thank you," not out of protocol, but out of genuine relief. He publicly acknowledged that President Tinubu had approved an upward review of salaries and allowances for all members of the Nigerian Armed Forces. He went further. He confirmed that the approvals also cover higher allowances specifically for the Brigade of Guards, the procurement of brand new military equipment, and the provision of decent accommodation for troops across the country. In his own words, these approvals would go a long way in enhancing operational efficiency, and they were well received by every single rank across the armed forces, every soldier, every sailor, every airman, all of them. Now stop and think about that for a moment. Think about a young soldier from Kano, from Enugu, from Calabar, who left his wife, his children, his mother, and went into the forests of the northwest to face armed bandits who carry weapons that sometimes outmatch what the military itself is equipped with. Think about the troops deployed in the northeast, waking up every morning not knowing if that day will be their last. These are not people fighting for fame. They are not fighting for social media followers. They are fighting because someone has to, and they chose to be that someone. And for a long time, many of them have been doing this on salaries that did not come close to reflecting what they go through. That changes now. President Tinubu himself took the microphone, and what he said carried real weight. He told the soldiers that his duty that evening was to thank them on behalf of a grateful nation, a nation that knows they are away from their families, a nation that knows some of them are facing live attacks from bandits and terrorists even as others sleep peacefully in their beds. He commended their courage, their sacrifice, and their professionalism, and then he said something that will stay with many Nigerians. He told them their sacrifices are not in vain, and that Nigeria is now, in his own words, out of the dark tunnel. He acknowledged that his administration started from a very difficult economic position, but he stood firmly and said the corner has been turned. He also extended deep condolences to the government and people of Borno State following a fresh terrorist attack in the state, a reminder that even as progress is celebrated, the battle is not yet over. And this is where the story gets even more layered, because this salary approval is not just about money landing in a bank account. It is a strategic move. A soldier who is worried about how his family will pay rent, who is distracted by financial stress while standing on a checkpoint in the middle of the night, that soldier is a vulnerability. But a soldier who knows his family is taken care of, who has decent housing, who is equipped with modern tools, that soldier is a weapon. Morale in the military is not a soft topic, it is a security matter, and the Nigerian government appears to finally be treating it as one. If you are finding value in this breakdown and you want to always be the first to know what is happening across Nigeria, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on your notifications. This channel is where real stories get told the way they deserve to be told, and we are not slowing down. What this moment also signals is a message to the entire institution of the Nigerian Armed Forces that the civilian leadership sees them, respects them, and is willing to put real resources behind that respect. Whether it is enough, whether it comes fast enough, and whether it reaches every level of the military the way it should, those are questions that Nigerians will be watching very closely in the weeks and months ahead. So, here is what we want to know from you today. Drop your answer in the comment section right now. Do you think better pay and improved welfare packages will directly lead to a stronger and more effective military that can end insecurity in Nigeria? Or do you believe the problem runs deeper than salaries and equipment? There are no wrong answers here. This is your space to speak, and every single comment gets read. Share this video with someone who needs to see it, and if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. This story is just getting started.